Hello and welcome to this video series where I'm breaking down the last 4 teams and their journeys of how they got to the finals of the challenge, season 32, the final reckoning. The finals are here, everybody. We have waited 19 long episodes to get here and I can't wait to see this final. But before we get into that, let's go over the teams, break them down, see their journey, and see where they rank, in my opinion, of who's the best capable of winning these this challenge season finals. The first team we're going to be looking at is Joss and Sylvia. They came in and pretty much hid back into the shadows. They weren't really around or in any of the thing until we get to episode 7 when Tori and Derek were voted into the elimination and they called out Joss and Sylvia to do that whole ramp game where they had to take the balls, run down the ramp, run up the ramp, put the balls in. They did it the fastest because Joss is a physical specimen of, I don't even think he's like a real human being. He's like a freak of nature when it comes to physical challenges and whatnot. Then they went back into the shadows, hid away for a while. Of course, Sylvia and Marie did the whole thing where they butted heads, but realistically, they weren't in any real danger until fairly recently when Johnny and Tony were voted into an elimination Armageddon, and then they called out Joss and Sylvia to go up against, where Joss and Sylvia won when they had to sit in that tank and then make a tower out of those planks, like a card tower out of planks, and then just like hold it for 3 seconds over a certain line. They won, sending Johnny and Tony into the redemption house. And then from there, the last 2 team challenges of this season, they won, securing their way into the finals. Now, as Joss and Sylvia goes, I have this team ranked as number 2 best to win this. I think as a physical team, they can knock it out of the park. Long distance running, they can do it. If it turns to picking up rocks and moving them from one place to another, they can do it. And as a team aspect, I think they have the best team camaraderie out of the other 3 teams in this challenge finals. The problem I have with it is I think they're going to get caught up in a lot of the puzzles that are going to be in this last one, and I think when it comes to the eating portion of this challenge, because you know there's going to be a huge table full of disgusting plates to eat, I think that Joss and Sylvia are going to be not the strongest in that, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think if you're anyone besides Tony, you're having troubles eating anything. So I have this team ranked number 2, but that's as the second best team to win this. That's just my opinion. So now the next team we're going to be talking about is Paulie and Natalie. This is a pretty freshly minted team where Natalie is only, her rookie season was last year on season 31 in Vendettas. This is Paulie's rookie season, so they are still fairly new. They were kicked out in episode 3 by Kaylee and Cam in an elimination. They were sent to the redemption house really early. We didn't see them back until Devon and Josiah picked the double cross in the first one, decided to go Big Brother strong and pick them to go up against, saving them but not really saving them because they sent them back to the redemption house. We didn't see them until the whole Kaylee and Cam and Brad and Kyle did the double cross together, and then Brad and Kyle decided to go up against Paulie and Natalie in that whole big bingo wheel thing where Natalie just messed up all of her chin and whatnot. They won that, sending Brad and Kyle to the redemption house. From then, Paulie and Natalie won 2 team challenges in a row. One week was a purge challenge where they won it. They got the advantage in the Rolling Thunder, which didn't matter whatsoever. And then fast forward to the last episode, episode 19, where they had to go up against Tony and Bananas, where they had to eat a whole bunch of cookies, drink a whole bunch of mossy milk, and then like hold their hands up really high. And they held them for 5.5 hours, beating Johnny and Tony. Yes, there's a ton of controversy surrounding that elimination because apparently there was another elimination that they did, stopped it midway through because Johnny and Tony were winning, and then it was a whole big thing, and then they had to redo another one where Paulie and Natalie won. I don't know. I've seen a whole bunch of stuff on Twitter and Instagram, but this is the path that we're on right now, and Paulie and Natalie are in the finals. So I have this team ranked number 4 just because of their naivete. Yes, they've won multiple team challenges. Yes, they've won in an elimination, but they've also lost, but they're still fairly new. And new players don't normally win or go very far in challenge finals just because you don't know what to expect. And it's so much easier when when you're watching the challenge than actually doing the challenge. The next team we're going to be talking, so I have them last. The next team we're going to be looking at is Cara, Maria, and Marie. Now, Cara Maria has done 7 total, in all of her 12 seasons, she has 7 total final appearances, which is fantastic. The last 3 have been 3 in a row in this trilogy. So she has seen the finals in Dirty 30, Vendettas, and now the Final Reckoning, which she's won in Vendettas as a solo player. She won all by herself, guys and girls. She won her over almost $400,000, I think, or it was over that. She won that by herself. Now she got paired up with Marie, which both were not wanting anything to do with each other. But Marie has been fairly impressive this season. I wasn't a huge Marie fan coming into this, but she's actually been able to hold her own against one of the best players to ever play this game in Cara Maria. Now, as a team though, they do not have the strongest team chemistry. They have not won a single team challenge this season. They went into one elimination where they lost against Shane and Nelson. They came back. They won against Cam and Kaylee in their own redemption challenge. They came back to the house. They have not seen another elimination. However, they just don't talk. They don't communicate well enough. They've seen last place in multiple team challenges this season. If I have this team ranked 3 just over Paulie and Natalie because you can never count Cara Maria out. They are seasoned veterans of this. They know what to expect. I think they could do something, push come to shove, but I just don't know about this team. This one's my wild card, but I do not have the highest of hopes just because of their team dynamic. Now, if you couldn't guess, my last team is my highest team probability to win this, and that is Hunter and Ashley. Both came in as mercenaries going up against the rookie team Faith and Angela. Now, when these two teams collided, Hunter and Ashley destroyed them, like almost utterly destroyed them. They came into this swing. They won one team challenge where it was the dunk and dine, where Hunter had to dunk Ashley's head into one. She had to grab it like bobbing for apples to put in. And then the second part of that is Hunter had to eat a whole bunch of gross things super fast, and they won that. So that's fantastic. Now, the rest of the season, they pretty much played in the middle of the pack. They never was first ever again, but they never were last, avoiding any purge challenge eliminations, which is fantastic. The only time they almost went into an Armageddon elimination was when the whole house was voting against either Hunter and Ashley versus Tony and Bananas, and that's when Zach and Amanda decided to fall on that grenade and went into the elimination where they lost, went to the redemption house, and then got kicked out. So that whole situation was going up against it. But they're both part of the biggest alliances in the house with the Lavender Ladies and the Team Young Buck. Now, you might be thinking, why are they your highest probability team to win? And that is because Hunter is physically strong. He will eat whatever. This dude has been craving a finals appearance since his first season, and he has almost gotten to the finals every year that he's been on this. He did break his hand pretty early on, pretty late in Dirty 30, I think it was. He broke his hand, which sent him out of this whole thing, and he's been craving one ever since. Ashley, yes, she has a temper, yes, she has an attitude, but with $1 million on the line, I think they could put away their differences throughout this finals. Yes, they're going to bigger, that's the whole thing, but with that underlining $1 million up for grabs, I think they will put away their differences, and Ashley just wins. She's good at she can be good at puzzles. She won her second ever season on the challenge, which is very impressive, and she just has this thing that she can win if she's in these types of situations. She hasn't been in these types of situations a ton. She did leave pretty early on in Vendettas or Dirty 30 because she didn't have clean clothes or whatever, so she decided to quit day one. But now being in this, $1 million on the line, I think there's going to be nothing that could stop them realistically, unless it's that too much attitude, too much. If Ashley shuts down, this whole team will shut down. But But I think with that $1 million on the line, it's just going to be like, chugga, 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 chugga. We can just do this and get this going. So they're my number 1 ranked team, but that's my opinion. What do you think? What's your rankings of all 4 teams? Leave it in the comment section below. I cannot wait for this challenge finals. This thing has been going for almost 20 episodes. That's close to half a year. Like 52 weeks in a year, and this has been going on for like 20 plus weeks. That is insane. I cannot wait to see the ending of this journey. Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to see win? What's your rankings? Leave it all in the comment section below. I will be back Wednesday night, Thursday morning with the episode 20 recap. So be sure to be here for that. But can't wait. See you guys watching Tuesday. Peace.